G'day and welcome to Two Fat Brothers. I'm Scott.
And I'm John.
We're the Clark Brothers, and as you can see, well, the title says it all.
I'm afraid it does.
We're going to take you on a culinary adventure.
We're going to be cooking food that's been part of ours and our family's lives. Food that we all enjoy, and we know you're going to too. The ingredients, this is a very simple dish to do. We've got some seasoned flour, a couple of free-range eggs which we're going to beat. We've got the pork chops, of course. A little bit of sage. That's one of those food marriages, pork and sage.
Pork and sage, dead right there.
Go very well together. And we've got a sourdough loaf. We're going to make the crumbs out of a loaf of sourdough. Different ways of doing crumbs. You can use those Japanese panko crumbs.
You can
Work
do.
beautifully,
Very crunchy. Yes.
beautiful with those. But today we're going to make some fresh bread crumbs from a sourdough loaf, and we're going to chop up the sage and put it through the crumb.
John, but you could also use the bread that's stuck in your freezer that you forget about, the crusts, those little...
Well, absolutely,
sausage.
Scott. Don't throw bread away.
Lovely, John. Look at that. Looks absolutely fabulous.
Doesn't look too bad, does it? I suggest serving it with a nice green salad.
Oh, John, that looks brilliant. And may I be so bold as to suggest that we accompany this lovely meal with a Barossa Shiraz.
Do you know what? I just happen to have one ready.
I love it when a plan comes together.
I thought you might. You're doing the cooking. What's on the menu?
Oh, John, on the menu today we've got a nice simple apple tart.
Everybody likes an apple tart.
Everybody likes a tart.
True. So, what are we looking at here? Lovely apple fruit, flaky pastries, bit of spice mixed in with the sugar.
You've got it exactly, John. What we're really looking at here is simplicity. A nice, simple dessert. Core ingredient,
Pardon the pun.
apples. Granny Smith apple. See, has been very cleverly cut into a circle.
Yep. Good.
Looks good tart base, a circle. What we're going to do now, John, is we're just going to layer the apples around.
Is there any real idea? Do you do a pattern, or do you put them on?
John, I do a bit of a pattern. I do. I must confess, I go around the outside.
Yep.
And I go around the inside.
Oh, that's a pattern.
Yes, sort of from right to left. But you can go from left to right if you like. But in fact, go from inside to out. It's really up to you. The possibilities are endless, John.
Yeah.
Really, they
I
are.
didn't realise that apple tart construction could be as limitless as this.
Limitless and fun.
And fun.
A lot of fun.
Smells done, Scott. Smells delicious.
Let's have a look. Ooh,
Tart
yes.
pong.
Look at this. There it is.
Smell that cinnamon, the sugar, and the apple. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Like a donut apple.
It's like a donut apple, the donut mixture. Yeah, beautiful. Botrytis Semillon would be the wine.
Botrytis Semillon, absolutely, without a question. Brothers, I'm Scott.
And I'm John.
John, it's a lovely day today outside.
It is, and we're heading outdoors to take advantage of the lovely weather to cook a barbecue. It's a barbecue with a difference. Well, perhaps not a difference. It's going back to barbecue basics.
This is barbecue retro.
Barbecue 101. We've built a barbecue from scratch. Our friends at Lounge Lager generously donated the materials. I'm a little bit concerned about their budget though, Scott, and we'll see why when we get outside.
Yeah, it wasn't an extensive list of materials that turned up, John.
It wasn't,
No,
indeed,
right.
and the instructions were very basic.
They were very basic. We followed them to the letter.
We did, and you'll see the results in a moment. On the menu, lamb cutlets. We're going to cut from the rack, so we've got double lamb cutlets. We're going to marinate them in a very simple marinade, and we're going to serve them with a roasted vegetable salad. Love it. I'm sure they'll be intrigued to see the barbecue. Now, Scott, if you can pan down, you'll see the magnificent construction that we've put together there. Bricks and a grill. That's all you need. And also, if things get a bit too heated, you can pull the lamb back on the fire into a cooler area. Let things die down a little bit. Just looking at that lamb cooking on the fire, I'm reminded of Scott's and my childhood when our father, who was and still is a very avid barbecuer, would take us on family picnics, throw a few bricks and a grid in the boot, and off we'd go. And on one very famous occasion, the grid was our doormat, a wire doormat that Dad picked up on the way and threw in. Off we went, and we had a wonderful barbecue lunch. As Dad said though, if it's a new doormat, you've got to burn the galvanising off first. It worked a treat, but I often wonder what our visitors to our house thought when they'd wipe their feet on a rusty, burnt-looking doormat.
G'day and welcome back to Two Fat Brothers. I'm Scott.
And I'm John.
John, today is the day. This episode is the episode I've been waiting for.
Scott, I have to say that I am surprised. This is episode 4. I thought we were going to be doing your favourite food, which is
Pizza.
in episode 1. But
And possibly in episode 2 as well.
and perhaps even 3. You've shown admirable restraint. So
Thank you, John.
all yours today. We're talking about pizza, one of the stalwarts. Every country has a great bread-based dish in their food and their
Absolutely.
cuisine, and Italy's is pizza.
Pizza, absolutely, John. I have enjoyed eating pizza all my life. Fry onion and garlic, add the tomatoes, reduce it down, strain it through a sieve, go through all that effort if you want. I know people that do, people that add chilies as well. It's really up to you. Our margarita is just going to have the passata, some lovely fresh basil, garden fresh basil from the from John's garden. Smells absolutely beautiful, and of course some mozzarella, the colours of the Italian flag.
It's temped up. It's ready to go. Probably could be a little bit hotter, but I'm sure this will be fine. We're just going to put our pizza onto the pizza stone using our stainless steel peel. There you go. Oh, very important ingredient, John. I nearly forgot. There. I bought some hickory to give it that lovely wood-fired flavour that of course makes wood-fired pizzas so popular. I'm just going to pop a few hickory chips down on the coals there. You can see that barbecue's probably...
Okay, John, here's our pizza, cooked on the Weber barbecue on a pizza stone. The benefit of the pizza stone is it actually draws the moisture out of the base, so it gives you a nice, crisp, firm base.
Smells beautiful, Scott.
Well,
Absolutely
let's
beautiful.
not waste another moment, John. This is the part of our program that I really enjoy, where we get to enjoy the fruits of our labour.
Entree, little starter of figs, prosciutto, gorgonzola, and mascarpone. All
See.
beautiful ingredients that love each other today.
Absolutely, they blend together beautifully. Now we're going to combine in a saucepan some gorgonzola and mascarpone. Now, quantities really, if you like it a little bit sharper, more gorgonzola. If you like it a little bit softer, a little bit creamier, more mascarpone.
And you know what, as well, I noticed that you've cut slits in the top of the fig, Scott.
I have, John.
Now, I have been known to put a slither of
Gorgonzola.
into that slit.
Oh, there are the figs, beautifully cooked. You smell that lovely aroma coming from the prosciutto. And now we're just going to drizzle over our gorgonzola and mascarpone sauce. Just ensuring that some of that sauce gets down inside the fig and inside the prosciutto, wrapped around the fig. And there we go, our first course. Figs, prosciutto, gorgonzola and mascarpone. Okay, John, our figs, prosciutto, gorgonzola and mascarpone are ready to go. Let's move on to our next course.
Well, we're going to have quail, just marinated for as long as you like or as short as you like, really, Scott, it doesn't really matter, in pretty much whatever you've got hanging around. And then we're going to grill them.
Lovely.
Now, I've butterflied these quail, which basically means removing the backbone and then just pressing down on the breastbone and just flattening the quail. Quail is a gamey meat, for a bird, for those people who've not had quail before, perhaps eaten a lot of chicken. It's a stronger flavoured meat, it's a dark meat.
Absolutely.
Very much a red wine liking.
Red wine written all over it.
It does indeed. Okay, so we're going to put the quail on skin side now. Getting a nice hiss already, aren't we? Don't worry if a little bit of lemon peel or bits of the marinade go on, no problem whatsoever. Alright, so that's charring. I'll just move this over here and we'll have a look at it again in a moment or two. Time to plate up our char-grilled marinated quail. We're serving one per person, but you know, you could have two if you've got people with large appetites, but it makes a nice meal. One's absolutely fine. Now I'm just going to serve a little bit of lemon on the side, which you can squeeze over. Remember, there's lemon juice in the marinade, so it will enhance the flavour. It'll go nicely. And I'm going to serve the quail with just a very simple green salad tomato.
Okay, John, here we are. This is our third course in our Italian-influenced three-course dinner.
And we're going to macerate some strawberries in some liqueur and some sugar.
Lovely.
And we're going to toast some panettone.
Panettone, that thing that's probably in your cupboard right now.
That you were given for Christmas.
At the back.
Italian Christmas cake. And we're going to serve that with some sweetened mascarpone.
Oh, lovely.
That sounds nice, doesn't it?
And John, tell me about this liqueur here.
This is Saint-Germain. To the third course, toasted panettone with macerated strawberries and a mascarpone, a sweetened mascarpone. So mascarpone making its second appearance in the meal, Scott.
Incredible. This one's sweetened, of course, with icing sugar, John.
Yes, it gives a less granular texture to the mascarpone, I think. I mean,
It does.
sugar by all means, but if you've got icing sugar now, pure icing sugar, you don't want it with corn flour, just that's a mixture. You want pure icing sugar, just a bit of a sprinkle, really.
Absolutely divine. We're going to pop these on top
Lovely.
of the
Panettone.
toasted panettone. This is so easy to do, it really is. I mean, and while the strawberries are of course macerating, you could be doing something else in the kitchen, so it's
Good indeed.
very, very easy to do. I'm just going to top this again with this lovely sweetened mascarpone.
Looks beautiful, Scott.
Oof, I'm really looking forward to it.
It looks
Those
lovely.
strawberries smell absolutely
They-
fantastic.
they do.
And we're going to, of course, top this with a little bit of your raspberry coulis,
Yes.
which is made earlier.
I do. Now, champagne. Scott, you might have noticed I haven't said the word French in that sentence.
Not once, John.
But that's for a purpose, because if it says champagne on the label, then you don't need to add the word French because it comes from,
Champagne.
and champagne is in
France.
This champagne, Paul Gessner, isn't and we've chosen an Australian legend. Sparkling Shiraz started out being called Sparkling Burgundy, but when we corrected the misnomers about wine labelling, Sparkling Shiraz it became. Well over a century of Australian tradition, sweet fruit, bubbles, quite a unique Australian wine style, and I think, Scott, the perfect accompaniment not only to lamb, but also around Christmas time.
Oh, roast
turkey, pork,
Absolutely.
duck, just about anything on a hot summer's day.
Yes, three Italian beers. We've got Moretti, Birra Moretti, of course owned by Heineken these days, but still known as one of the great Italian beers. We have Peroni, Nastro Azzurro, and we have Menabre, which I'm probably pronouncing incorrectly. I do apologise for our Italian viewers. It could have, in fact, be Menabre, or it could be Menabrea, but it's bitter nevertheless. Now, John,
Scott,
I took the liberty of looking at the back of these labels, or the back label on these beer bottles, and I discovered something which I'm not very happy about.
I know where you're going here.
Have you noticed that one of those bottles, John, still has the lid on it?
Yes.
That would be the Peroni, because, John, as you know, that particular bottle of Peroni beer, Birra Italia, is brewed
Here in Australia.
here in Australia.
Why? I mean,